Hey everybody, welcome back to Third Wave Trades. Today we're going to be doing an Elliott wave analysis on Bitcoin. As you guys know, we're following some of the crypto mining stocks, including Mara and Riot, as well as HUT 8 and HIVE. And the wave count of those particular stocks depends heavily on what Bitcoin is doing. So I thought it would be appropriate to make a video on Bitcoin. I will also be doing a video on Ethereum and maybe a couple of other crypto stocks as well. So keep an eye out for those. But for this video, we're going to be looking at Bitcoin, taking a look at the larger macro count to see where it is, and then we'll zoom in to see where we are on a more localized structure to see where we think the crypto is moving and how that will impact some of those other mining stocks that we were just talking about. Before we get started, guys, quick disclaimer: I am not a financial advisor and this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and research and/or consult with a financial advisor before making any trading or investment decisions. Next, if you guys could, please hit the like button if you find this content helpful and subscribe to the channel to get more Elliott Wave breakdowns on different stocks, commodities, and cryptos. Also, guys, I will be putting out a free, easy to follow beginner's course on the Elliott Wave principle for those of you who aren't too familiar with how the theory works but are interested in learning how it can help improve your trading. So look out for that, guys. I think that will be a 5-part series, and the first video I will be uploading sometime by the end of this week. All right, guys, so with all that said, let's get into the video. I have pulled out over here a weekly chart on Bitcoin just to give you guys a broader picture of what um, the crypto has done so far. So as you can see over here, going all the way back, we had our first wave up, followed by a second wave. We got this large third wave move uh, that commenced in March of 21. Came down for a fourth wave, and then we finished our fifth wave. That's when Bitcoin hit all-time highs at around $69,000. From that time, we've had a large correction, right? So all of 2022 for the most part, and some of 2021, we basically had this A, B, C correction, right? And now we were able to bounce basically back in November of last year, and from that time we've been moving higher. So I do believe we are ultimately going to get a 5-wave move up, and we are currently in the first wave of that. That move up would be a third wave of this larger move that we had on the macro count. Okay, guys, so let's zoom in now and take a look at the local structure. Okay, guys, so over here I have the daily chart, and as you guys can see, I already have a wave count drawn up on the chart. So we had our first wave start, like I said, back in November of last year, and we got a 5-wave count for this move. 3, 4, 5. All right, and then we sort of had this corrective move, an ABC, which was our second wave, and now I think essentially what we're having is a 1-2, 1-2. So we've started our third wave up on this local structure, and while the count isn't your typical movement, it doesn't violate any of the Elliott wave principles, like the core major rules. So it's a perfectly reasonable count, right? We have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then for the last 2 weeks we've kind of had this sell-off. This is when we hit about $31,000 up here, and now we've had this sell-off. You can see a perfect ABC. We bounced off of our 50-day moving average, and now we've sort of had like 2 very strong green days. You can see volume is picking back up over here. So overall, it looks like we got our second wave on this local structure. Really quick, guys, I forgot to mention this in the original video. There is a possibility that this is not the start of the third wave, but it's just a B leg recovery, and we could do a C leg down, which would create a sort of a flat pattern, and then from there we can start the actual third wave up. So just wanted to mention that is still a possibility as well. So again, we have a 1, 2. We completed our 1 in the third wave. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and now we will be looking for a 3 of 3, right? So essentially what we're looking for is something like this. To make our third wave of this move, then we should get a fourth wave, then a fifth wave. All right, guys, so this is kind of like the structure that I'm looking at. Um, like I said, we had this first wave move up here. We had this first wave move up here. We had a second wave down. And now we're essentially looking to do this third wave. And within this third wave, we completed the first wave and the second wave. We should be doing a third of third. Then we'll get a fourth, fifth. From there, we should do a fourth wave and then a fifth wave. All right. So after that, we might see a more dramatic pullback. For right now, look for pullbacks kind of like the ones we just had these past 2 weeks. Um, it's a strong pullback, but it's nothing major, I don't think. Like I said, I think we are in a large impulsive move. And as you guys can see, if this really does start to play out, uh, what would and we get this large third wave move, it should be really impulsive. Um, and you can see kind of what would be forming here, guys. This is usually happens when we start to get like these large third wave moves. We start to see things like cup and handles. I'm going to make a video kind of talking about how a lot of these chart patterns where they naturally fit into the Elliot wave principle, and usually like these very bullish patterns or bearish. If we're looking at a bearish move, the idea is these really impulsive moves, like cup and handles, head and shoulders, or inverse head and shoulders, they all always naturally occur where these third wave moves happen, right? Um, but that's kind of like what we're looking at for right now. And obviously, guys, as this really aligns with the analysis, the Elliott wave analysis that we've done on Mara, RIOT, and those other mining stocks. We're looking for bullish moves on those, and as you can see, like I said before, I am bullish on Bitcoin, so they go hand in hand. As Bitcoin runs up, those stocks will run up as well. Ethereum is very similar to Bitcoin, and I will be posting a video on that one shortly as well. All right, so back to Bitcoin then. What else can we use to look at this besides just our wave count? We can take a look at the RSI and the stochastic. So we are on the daily. So RSI, we hit over here. We can see that we are above 50. In the stochastic over here, we were oversold, and we got the crossover. We're back in the blue highlighted area. On our EMAs, our 21-day moving average is above our 50-day moving average. It's very bullish. And this is, guys, the signal that I always talk about in all of my videos is this right here. When we have a pullback like this and price drops to the 50-day moving average, right? But the 21-day moving average is still above, and we're basically in an uptrend move like this. This pullback is a great indicator for to go long, right? Because we're basically finishing a retracement. So basically, you're getting a discounted price on any stock or commodity that you're looking at. The stochastic is in the oversold area, but we're still in an overall uptrend So if you play this pullback, um, always a very strong move that follows. Once you see the signal that we're back, we got the crossover on the stochastic and went back in the highlighted area. All right, so the stochastic is looking good. The RSI is looking good. Like I said, we're above 50 over here. So overall, like I said, we're getting higher volume, good price action the past 2 days, back above the 21-day moving average. Bitcoin looks really bullish right now, and especially if it takes out this previous high that we just had 2 weeks ago around 31,000. This thing can really moon and take off, right? Which will pull Mara and Riot and all those other mining stocks with it. So look out for that. How high can this move go? We can take a look at it from our uh, Fibonacci extension tool. We can take a look at the inner count first. So we apply to the top of the first and the bottom of the second. Over here, we're looking at roughly around 45,000 for this third wave. Get a fourth wave pullback, and then a fifth wave, right? We'll take it one wave at a time. For right now, that's kind of like what I would be looking at, is a strong bullish move to the 45,000 area after we break this high of 31,000. All right, guys. So Bitcoin is looking really good, and that's all I'll say for now. What I will say, actually, also zooming back out on the weekly. We can see on our weekly, we're also about to get a crossover, right? So medium to long term, this is looking really good, right? Barring any like minor pullbacks like we had for the past week and a half, this red candle right here, which is really just a retracement, guys. This stock is looking really good. Look how the 21-day is basically the 50-day just crossed over the 200-day EMA, and now the 21-day is about to cross over the 200-day EMA and may cross over the 50 as well. Volume on the weekly is not there yet, but I do think we're going to see this volume pick up, especially if we take out that high. So overall, this is looking really good, guys. So we're just going to stay tuned and see how high this can go. All right, that's all I got for Bitcoin. I'm going to do another video on Ethereum, so make sure you guys check that out. And I'm going to do a follow-up video on Marathon, Riot, CLSK, and some of the other mining stocks. All right, so stay tuned, guys. Keep an eye out for the Elliot Wave tutorial series that I'll be dropping. And if you guys found this content helpful, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back with more. Peace.